Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Tropico6. We are conducting the real map. So this is our third episode. We haven't played this game in a while, and I do apologize for that, but I'm trying to be more consistent, and hopefully you guys watch and appreciate it. So as you left off, we have this fire here at one of our country houses, and we are building a ranch. We are not, if memory serves me right, we do not have a fire station. Oh no, we do have a fire station, so our fire department is going to deal with that fire. It is the year 1910, we're in the World Wars era, pretty early World Wars era, and we are just developing our economy. As you can see, we're a little bit short on money, a lot short on money. So I think what we next need to do is start to industrialize. If we look at here closely, look back at our money scenario situation, revenue wise, we are exporting strictly raw materials, your rubbers, your sugars, your fish, your iron, and that sort of stuff. I do eventually want to get to the stage where we can be making processed goods. Whether we have, I think we have a sugar, we have cacao plantation, so we can always do chocolate. We have coffee, we have cotton for textiles, we have tobacco, so we can make cigars. We have sugar, so we can make rum, those sort of stuff. Now, if we want to look, this be an interest menu. For example, a rum distillery costs $9,600, which is a lot of money. And currently, our next boat does have 12,000. So I do think when this next boat does arrive, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to build our rum distillery. But we can look at the other options. Normal, we can't do that. The tannery to make leather, that is a much cheaper option, and it's something we can look to if we want to. The cigar factory, that's extremely expensive. We're probably not going to do that. We could do this. We could look at the tannery. We can also look at both. I think we can do a combination of both. When it relates to hides, we get hides from cattle. Cattle ranches, if memory serves me correctly. Do we have any cattle ranches at present? I do not suspect that we do. This one may be cattle crocodiles. So we brand, so that's the only problem, is that we don't have any. And if we look here at our ranches, we can do cattle. So I do think that could be an always option. First of all, and if we don't go that far, it is a helpful tool as it relates to food, frankly. But also there is that industrial ability, so we will grow that. We will construct cattle ranch. At the start, people, we have minimal unemployment. 2 unemployed people, we have 16 vacant jobs. All our jobs are high school, and there are our military, if I remember correctly, we did the professional army. Now, in retrospect, it may not be the worst idea to do militia, but I do think right now we can kind of live with it. We shouldn't have too many issues in the interim, I hope. So we'll cross that education barrier when we get to it, in all honesty. We may regret it later on, by saying right now we can live with what we have at present. So there's no wait for more goods. Currently at 12,000 there. Oh, it's 14, 16. See, our firefighters did solve the flames. 17,000, so we will definitely have enough money for our rum distillery, and I think we just slightly went to red, but with 17,000, we won't spend much time in it. Right.
Royal penultimo is speechless.
17,000. Now we did complete
political
Penultimo's
majesty of his
guidance
beloved
quest.
Presidente stills penultimo's
Healthcare billion,
tongue
average
this way.
healthcare happiness of 20. So we have to repair the building. I do suspect no time for that rum distillery. But just to check before we do spend that money, we have one sugar plantation. And for your two schools of thought, so where I can put this, the first school of thought is we put it right next to the production building, are close enough so the raw materials can get there. The other school of thought is we put it right next to the port, so that when they do get there, they're just simply shipped out to the port, and then they're easy there. So it's different schools of thought. Right now, I think for this aspect, since we do not have a dedicated industrial district, I think we can just put it kind of close to the location. One place that can be is, and also it's important to remember these do cause pollution. However, I will admit at this stage these aren't heavy industry, so the pollution is negligible. So I think we see where we have space. We can always put it right here at this crossroad point with our wharf area. But on that I want straight these houses, so I think over. We could always put it over here in this area as well. That's what I think we're gonna do. I think we're gonna put it right over here. And see, we still have $7,000 in the bank after trying that, and I guarantee we'll make a lot more money. Gives like our export, sugar makes us about 2,000. But I do suspect once we get it up and running, we're making a lot more than that. We have a new quest to do.
Making stuff is good, isn't
from
it?
our
That's why they call
broker to produce cacao, which we are already doing. We're making more than enough. So I think we're going to do remains in high priority. It's already being built, but let's just speed up high priority. Our cattle ranch is full. A worker is ready. And our crocodile ranch is also making leather. So it is interesting because if you look at it, the tannery also produces leather, but some of our ranches produce leather as well. So it's not something we have to do if we want to increase our industrial output, because the thing is they make more money than hides do. So it is a what do you want to do, because there will be the initial build up cost. See, there will be the initial build up cost of having to do that. But on the other hand, if you are going to have cattle ranches, which we are going to have at least one of, it may not be the worst thing in the world to use the hides, which are next, which are a byproduct, and make more money by making them leather rather than just the simple hides. Because the hides, they just go in your core and you just make minimal money off of it. Like I said, we don't have hides. See, hides are our lowest export of $773. A very minimal export, in all honesty. Nothing much. So we'll decide. The allies have been generous enough to give us $10,000 in foreign aid, so that will be helpful. Let me see what we want to do. So let's look at what our issues are. They want us to produce boats. Boats are valuable, but boats require a lot of work. To get boats, you have to get planks, which require logs. Now, we don't have wood on this island, so that's extremely difficult to get logs. I have found in other methods what is possible to do is to use our pirate's boat to just constantly pillage for logs and then use that to fill our logging mills. But I don't think it's that serious because this is a demand quest. We can just keep it there, frankly. So I think we're not going to do that. What we can do is let's look at sugar and see what other parts. Sugar is growing tremendously. Sugar does grow tremendously out here. So it might not be the worst idea to put another sugar plantation out here. And then we're gonna use this road here and connect it up here. That's not a plantation that can help with our rum. It's a little bit far away, so
Presidente.
I am inspired. I have solved the problem of capitalism.
Okay, so we have one already. Rejecting it will hurt us in standing, but if we look at it, what's our current standing with them? Faction standing. We got on perfectly with them anyway, so I don't think about it. We can honestly kind of ignore them. Let's just tell them no. Because they're gonna get slightly mixed, but it's not gonna be that big of a deal because they are they do like us. And let's open with immigration. Now the whole point is really to get a lot more people, because as you see here we are, before we look at, let's see what it's saying. 2,000, so not a lot, but sometimes I find that those sort of every other cycle you will get a lot versus others, so it's not a big deal. But right, on the said none, we have 25 vacant jobs, we need more people. The last vote from a little bit ago came was 12 people. I hope this vote does come with more people, frankly. This vote comes with an extra 10 people, so that's 10 more people, which automatically just cut our jobs. And also some of those are educated, so our military base is now 62% full. Our guard powers are 2/3 and 100% full. And this one down here is 1/3 full. So we have kind of slapped on the soft stuff in time. Our soft stuff as best as possible. So our plantation, our distillery is open. However, we haven't got any sugar in yet. Hopefully that should change shortly. We do have a lot of sugar here, so just a matter of getting our teamsters to it. One thing that we like to do sometimes, I think we might have done it before, no we have not, is to do second shift, which adds 6 more jobs. So now there are 12 more teamsters, and also this is a debatable, we can also do lose load limit, which increase the capacity by 50%, but they can lose up to 10% of the rate. So realistically, this is still a 40% increase. Even at its worst, so I'm not worried. But see, we are in debt, however, we do have $7,000 worth of goods already coming in. So that should be
Shiver me timbers! It was suddenly pilgrimage season and we were surrounded.
Now, as you can see, we are trying to steal the registrants of some Mariclan, which the benefit of that is I did get one high school education. So the working on high school, see what they say that we have to do after that. Right, 9,000. So we're back in the green, and hopefully some sugar should be getting there shortly. So if we look at our teamsters now, teamsters are right 100% full, so they should be busting around even faster.
Your genius is undeniable,
This
Presidente,
task
but
increase
would
the
you
education
consider
rate.
an idea from your humble penultimo?
No, naturally it should go up as more people become educated. However, also when the register is built, that will just solve itself. We're making a lot of money, a lot of corn. You see our crop foundation will actually overflowing. Now that does say that our teamsters are horribly busy. But see, they finally reached to our rum distillery. Unfortunately, the workers are here right now. I think they just was left. So, hope we completed the project, great. So when they do come, we'll start seeing the rum start ticking. The sugar plantation only has 1 worker, which reminds me, since we have 7 homeless citizens, it might be beneficial to put a bunkhouse not directly close to here, but slightly in the center of the city in this spot here, because it is a little bit closer. And that single bunkhouse, it should be more than enough capacity. Not everyone's going to go to the same place. And we have some shacks over here. So it's always beneficial to put another bunkhouse. For 1200, I think about maybe sharing this little zone. And we did get 26,000 inner exports just now. When we break that down, cacao, rubber. So we do have more, we are making less revenue than our expenses after. However, we do consider there was some miscellaneous expenses during upgrades as well as construction, which are one-time investments in both ways. And rum should be coming online just now. It is now coming online.
I'm so glad I made this deal with you,
Complete our
Presidente.
Swiss, our broker request. So after 1,000 Swiss franc money, which will be helpful for other purposes. And 14,000, 16,000 supposed to be exported now. Tobacco, nothing. A bunch of raw resources as well. So that's on top. So then obviously when our sugar does come online, it will make us even more money than that. And now we should be much more comfortable. We shouldn't be hitting the red at all, I don't think. Which reminds me now, if we have that money, the next thing we can do if we really want to, because I think we have about 2 of them. Tobacco. We have 1 of them. Is that we can also build a second tobacco plantation and then do. And let's see where tobacco is, and then we can export cigars as well, which have this, which are similar to rum in that sense of making a way more money in the baseline product. Just directly behind this, and let's see how this road works. Several further back, over here. Let's see to get this road, and then it's one step of that. Perfect. And we can also put some in that little spot if we want to. So we got these 2 knocked off. We're currently making 10,000 and this is what comes in just calling on corn. I do think the next thing we do is we'll get another batch of people. Our turbo for column with the answers have to complete about 6 and it sells about 13 in our most 2 recent batches of people. And there's a fire right across my fire station, I'm not worried about that. We have no one unemployed citizen with self-vacant jobs, but we do have an issue with homeless families. Slightly annoying. So what we can also do is we can unlock. We can build float houses. They are better quality than bunk houses, can hold more people, and they're not always more expensive. This is 1,200 for 6 houses. This is the ad. So basically they're the same. They have the same per person dollar amount of 200. They're better quality and they can hold more people. So I think we're gonna build and they're also a little bit, if you squeeze them like this, they're easier to squeeze. Let's build. I think 3 is probably a good amount. Right, so 3 bunkhouses we're gonna build. But before that reminds me, I think we are going to build in our teamster office, just to try and see if we can make the demand issue a little bit better. And this one, the other one's in the city center. This one I do think we can put. If you really want to be on the nose about it, you can put it right here, right in the middle of our mainly agricultural inspired district. We can always do that. We're not gonna have to go down to contractor's office because I think our builders are doing a great job. See, we have 12,000 here. Tobacco, meat, hides. And get them all around. That 40,000 should be very helpful in column.
Set sail for booty once more.
So
Life at sea is never boring.
okay, so this is an issue. Because we don't make our own planks, what we can always do, in some, even though something can be very tedious, is you bite the bullet and you see if you can find a place that you can buy your planks from. In this case, the only planks is this outrageously expensive planks from Dominican Republic. We're losing money on the excess ones. There's another option, which would be to import logs or raid for logs, but the logs are just expensive, so I think we're gonna bite the bullet and just do it. Now I'm sure you can see this is not enough, but frankly I don't want $10,000 wasted. I'll rather do 2 small contracts instead. Which, speaking of which, we can also go and buy that trade like the $5,000. So that we should really trying to find a trade that can see guys in back. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of great trades. This cacao trade deal could be helpful, so I'm just gonna sign that. 70,000. Our tobacco trade deals all the way. This worth 70,000. We have a new seed. Some of our plants are not arrived, but also 956 rum has also arrived. So now, with the plants gone now, 14,000 with the rum obviously making the majority of that. Speaking of, now you talk about this corn, so we do have a grocery here. I was going to mention that. But anyways, we do have a grocery and it is taking off as much as possible. And it also is bringing in rum as well. And they're charging a fee. No. Flop holders automatically fill. A lot of the poor glaze for the poor are over here. And the housing quality is 38. To compare, a bunkhouse with housing quality is 25. And just for sake of reference, we're finding one. We're good. No, I'm looking for, no, I need one camera. Okay. And I'll see a houses. A shop holding all these 10. So we can doubt progressively if we almost upgrade all to swap holders that would our housing wall. Actually. No, we have another trade deal slot available. No, there are things you can do with some trade deals. Like, for example, you can, in the case of this, where we don't have our own power plant, we can still import this coal because we will make slight bits of money on it. And it has low relationships if that's what we want to do. Which that is ultimately the ultimate quest. To complete the World War III, we have to get Lance's 1 and 2 powers. We're not sure which one we're going to do yet. Right now we're just going that fast. 27,000. What fast sports is there? I want to see when it hits in. We completed the planks import trade deal, which by 34,000. If we look at it now, haven't kicked in yet. Let's see. Let's wait to the end of the year to kick in, because I don't think the round was kicked in yet. We'll come back to that in a minute. I'll have to wait till December to 1915 to see. But we do see that 34,000 my mind so regardless. See now January 1915, like I said, it's like I know. Our revenue definitely beat our expenses by 20,000. And the rum made up 13,000 of that. Often it's a much smaller quantity than corn. And you can see our export revenue. ASR is jumped. It jumped higher for sure. So I do say next step would be to continue this trend. Is we can build a cigar factory. It does have a much higher first of all, it costs a lot more to build it to the blueprint, and then it also costs a lot more to build. I think you can put them there against each other. I think there's no problem with it. Put a little space there. We don't really put a little space there because we can always build a road in between the two of them, and the road will go down to the road. There we go. Now come down to the road. I made a stop road there. Oh, for this team shop, also get him second shift. When is that for, bro? Come in.
The task is done. You ask how much you are to be paid?
10 immigrants. Oh, let's complete this planks deal. Now that I think about it, it makes sense to complete this planks. So we have to find another planks trade deal. It's gonna be a little bit pretty expensive as usual. Yes, obviously really expensive. But it's a complete red standard, so we're just gonna do that. What a wonderful day there in Tropico. One thing we can do in business, we do have several items which we're not using right now. I do think we are going to wait until the Cold War era for some of these places, because there's a certain industry which we can use a nice white sand and beat it away from everything else for. Which places in the Caribbean are dominating Ghana right now. And also places for example such as Brazil are real, which is where this map is supposed to be. 14,000 exports there as well. Let's identify any issues out there. Just a few homeless citizens. Maybe like a simple. Because one thing I have discovered is what I'm trying to get at the same stage with housing, with unemployment, is that in my opinion sometimes it is better to have open houses rather than homeless citizens. So if we have an extra, and that's when we have a large quantity of someone immigrants popping in. Requests are from otherwise, like the 19 immigrants. To 10 from the West and 9 from just in general. We already completed 18, so this one's already ready still. So I think our battery is finished. Now we have actually made cigars. What we're gonna do here is the ordinary line, which moves to job positions but increases efficiency. The reason why it doesn't alter any function is because we have a pretty good amount of jobs. And these are already high school workers, so they're only
set sail.
Okay, so that's complete. So we'll see what the next quest to complete that mission. There are a small limited amount of high school, there are a small limited amount of unemployed people, which means always room for more growth. We'll have to see what we're looking at, what we're dealing with right now. One thing we can do to improve our food supply and also make a little bit more money, we can also do more fishing. But frankly, we can leave that alone right now. I think right now we can slightly, and decided I need to do this more often. This game is just rest on our laurels. Just wait and let the money hit in, let everything sort of open up, rather than rush, because that's how we end up spending so much money in miscellaneous upgrades and stuff like that. So I think we can just wait a little bit, let everything come in. Let more money hit our checking account. We can do this, but we don't need to. Right, so our street appliance is done. Which those extra appliances will just be sold. Because I know we can technically do the bolts, but no, that's not a good idea in my opinion. So we'll just let those planks sit around there until they're packaged with the rest of our actual trade goods, which can actually make us money.
Presidente, you look bored. Do you not have an underling to throw?
Another import radio with the access, we'll see what's there. We do have 3 radios we can do. We're pretending we didn't see that. We'll sell shellfish, which is a byproduct of the fishing wharfs if you have a certain upgrade out of it, which I think we do. We also just eat this interesting cheese as for import deal, which just makes a little bit more money, a little bit of money.
Everyone has friends, right, Prez?
They want to produce oil. I don't know if we can produce oil. We will look in a little bit. We're making 50,000 before that comes in. Rum is not dump it back in the time.
Oh, didn't think we'd ever get back to Tropico.
So we have completed Renaissance of Samarkand, which if you look at it is over here, it is 10,000. And all children automatically get a high school education. It is something for visitors to look at. And the people love it because it's an interesting thing to have on the island. We're probably going to put it maybe directly behind the palace. When we get the money for the next boat that comes in, we'll kill some money to put it in, which will automatically complete the educated quest. Also, our chain deal is done.
Our requests have been fulfilled.
One thing we can do is actually put a random blueprint, which is a party blimp. So sometimes those are better than others because As you can see, it costs a lot of money to get the what's it called? To get the blueprint for the cigar factory. So sometimes if you have enough people, which we are about to, it just will not let me do that as well. Here is the Registan of Samarkand. Road 2. It is built now. So we're gonna put this road. We're directly in front of the Registan. And we're not connecting this road to this stop. We don't need to. If anything, we can always connect that road to another road. Maybe just get the palace if we really need to connect that road. So it's gonna play, but we don't need to. So we'll leave it be. And here comes our.
The palace heard the people crying out for a public...
There, it is complete. Once again, the breadth of El Presidente's awesome political vision is shown.
Done. So now we don't need a high school. Like ever. And I'm gonna go watch it and they're gonna be impressed. Because our pro rating has just done phenomenally. Because it's more increased fun, it's more education, all that good stuff. Problem solved on that front. We're also admitting our heist teams are not available. No, they're currently heisting, but I think. So he said if we wanted to, really wanted to do boats, which we may just do for fun, we can do this and then put a lumberyard when those boats, when the raid does come in. We can then use that to build the logs to then build. So we can use that to get logs to put the planks to build the boats. Not the most needed thing. I have to go back into that again. But
the citizens are demanding elections, Presidente. It's
so an election. What's the issue? Fun happiness doesn't count. That's going to go naturally. Let's do healthcare. I want to praise the capital star of the expansion. Them so far, just no. Some improvement. I tend to not do that because they're really hard sometimes too.
People of Tropico, it is I, your Presidente.
Because sometimes they're really hard.
You have faith in me, and that faith will be rewarded. Every Tropican will get what they deserve.
You're back in money.
Other nations look to Tropico with a barely concealed jealousy. That is fully warranted. We have all the best landmarks, and they keep carelessly losing theirs. Your Presidente hears the cries of the sick. You say there are not enough doctors to label all the illnesses, but soon everyone will know the names of all their diseases. Our ongoing prosperity is supported by the capitalists, with thanks. We're grateful for the many fulfilling jobs you create for my people, and your progressive attitudes towards taxation. So vote El Presidente for the future that you deserve. All of you. Viva Tropico!
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's episode. I will see you next time when hopefully we win this election. And between this episode and between the next episode and the next episode after that, we should be getting on this Cold Wars era. Also, I do want to get into the Cold Wars era. Also, I do want a much more thriving economy. So let's go for more industrial buildings. I want election, and I'll see you guys next time.